Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Hit that like button, you might break the scale. If you can't join the membership, still ride for free, $99. Yeah, we lit in here. Comments popping, energy rocking, we all shine. We have a stay. We have a stay. Turn it up, we in the south with style and grace. MOCA got 'em talking, can't nobody take a place. Nah, from the bayou to the block, we drop truth, not tea. You ain't gotta pay the vibe, hit that like for free. Every panel on fire, every topic gon' trend. If you ain't a member yet, you still a friend, amen. Got love for the real, was no time for the mess. We keep it authentic, that's no labels at its best. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. It's MOCA and the crew, we the talk of the streets. Bring the real back to YouTube, no scripts, no beats. We laugh, we drag, we educate too. All the bells in the chat know how we do. So tap in, lean back, sip your drink real slow. Let the haters keep watching, we steal the show. From MOCA to NOLA, we hold it down steady. Platinum plus approved, that girl stay ready. Welcome to MOCA, no bells. Welcome to MOCA, no bells. Welcome to MOCA, no love bells. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. Welcome to MOCA, no love bells. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. From the panel to the people, it's pure real talk. She ain't following a trend, she lead her own walk. No cameras, my mic check with no lights on blast. But every episode hit like first class. We ain't gossiping, we testifying, keep it bold. Every story got a lesson that needs to be told. So hit that bell, join the ride in style. Welcome to MOCA, stick around for a while. Welcome to MOCA, no love bells. Where the bells ring, truth in the chat stay lit. Like, comment, subscribe, don't quit. If you can't join the membership, free $99. Still with it. Still with it. We outside. We outside.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday and welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you all are being your authentic selves. Hope you all had an awesome, awesome weekend. And most of all, I hope you all are being warm, because the weather has changed. It really has. For those of you that are new here, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, as always, welcome back. Here at MOCA and the NOLA Bells, everybody's somebody. No big eyes, no little U's. We're all here to be respected. Everybody here has an opinion, and all opinions are to be respected. If you've not yet hit that like button, hit the like button for your girl. You're here. Share out the live. Subscribe to the channel. Grab a membership. And whatever you do, don't forget to interact and tap the emojis to the right. We're here, we're here, we're here, guys. And if you're led to do so, help your girl reach her goal. Support the channel. Support the channel. Super chats, super stickers are available. In the meantime, we're going to not stay too long. We always come here to do what we do, but we make the best of the time that we have before we move any further into doing what we do. I'm going to do what I do. That is speaking to each and every one of my beautiful people here. Because I love you all just as much as you love me. My beautiful sister living life, I see you, my love. Happy Tuesday to you, sister. And look at my beautiful sister, Dr. J. Happy Tuesday, love. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so very much for that super chat, Rock. Hit that like button as you come in, please, and thank you very much. Kimberly Earls, happy Tuesday, my love. I see you. Carla Henry, welcome. My beautiful sister, Kristen, I see you, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. It's cold out there. If that wind wouldn't be blowing, baby, oof. Hey, my girl, Rosalind, happy Tuesday, love. Just Mona, I see you, my love. My beautiful sister, Rashina. Happy Tuesday, boo. Hey, Tanya. Happy Tuesday, my love. I see you. I see you. Cynthia Harmon, welcome, baby. Happy Tuesday to you, my sister from another Mr. Deidre. I see you, my love. Miss B, hey, sis, what's going on? Hope all is well. Rhapsody, welcome, baby. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope everyone is doing well on this cool Tuesday evening. Kenyatta Marie, hey, sis. Hope all is well, baby. Hope all is well. April Webster, welcome, my love. Welcome. My beautiful sister Reba is up in here. Hey, sis. Hope all is well. Hey, Essie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Cornell, welcome, boo. Y'all know, no nonsense. I see you, my love. Happy Tuesday to you and to Willie as well. Hey, Portia, welcome. Oh, thank you, Portia. Thank you. New to the channel. Welcome, baby. Get comfortable. Get relaxed. We're family over here. Sunshine. Welcome, my sister. Happy Tuesday to you. Reba says it's cold out here in the South, for sure. But I'm lit, and I know you are, sis. I know you are. Evelyn Gentry, happy Tuesday, my love. And we're going to Charlotte's Web, my beautiful sister. Hey, boo, love you even more. You know that. Evelyn Gentry, thank you so much for that super sticker, baby. Thank you. Sis Sean B. Hey, sister. Happy Tuesday to you. Look at Cornell. Who you come to drag? Nobody. Nobody. But, we're here to do what we do. We're going to start this. Portia says you're doing a great job with this follow-up of this case. Glad to be here. Thank you, my love. Thank you. The title of our episode tonight is The Truth That They Died Trying to Tell. ZackTV, Kenneka Jenkins, and the system that buried them both. This is a lot to talk about. As old as this case is, it's almost as if it's still fresh, like it just happened. Because there's so much going on, so many things that has not been said, so many things that are hidden, so many things that they're still trying to hide. Hey, Colette, welcome, baby. And before we get into anything tonight, let me make this very clear. These live streams that I do, it's for commentary, analysis, critique, and educational purposes only. I ain't law enforcement. I ain't solving no crimes. I'm giving opinion based on public information, things that they put out there. So don't go running around saying MOCA said this and MOCA confirmed that, because bitch, you lying. Hey, Tina Powers, welcome. MOCA is commenting, analyzing, and connecting what y'all put out on the internet. And if you don't want your words dissected publicly, don't put them on the damn internet. That's it, and that's all. That's it and that's all. So to my Nola Bells, Nola Bows, family, friends, and foes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pull up, sit down, relax your spirit, because tonight, hey, Juanita, welcome, baby. Tonight, we're going to talk about it. We're going to step into a place where truth meets silence and silence met danger. We're going to talk about Zack. ZackTV, the hood, CNN, may he rest in peace. The man the streets respected, and still the man that the city feared. The man whose death was anything but random. Tonight we're going to break down who he was, what he uncovered, the lies he exposed, and why he became a target. And baby, I tell you what. Samantha, welcome, my love. Once we walk through this timeline, I hope you're able to see why certain folks didn't want him around. Of course, MOCA was not on this story as a content creator when it first broke. Years down the road, MOCA became a content creator. But going back and revisiting this story, my God, my God. But before I move any deeper, shout out to every new cousin, friend, sister, brother, Nola Bell or Bo who's joined the porch. Welcome to MOCA Unfiltered, baby. Around here, we live by purpose over popularity, truth over silence, and courage over content. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, because here we have real conversations, and the porch is big enough for us all. Big enough for us all. So get your drink, get your smokes, grab a rocking chair, because we in the South, baby. We're going to sit on this porch and we're going to talk about it. ZackTV. Who was really ZackTV? Zack wasn't just a YouTuber, guys. He was a whole documentary moving through the streets of Chicago in real time. He walked into hoods that the police didn't even want to touch. He asked questions that reporters were scared to ask. He sat with killers. He sat with victims. He sat with the shooters, the survivors. And you know one thing about Zack? He never picked a side. He never picked a side. What Zack did was he gave everybody a voice. He gave voice to the forgotten. He gave voice to the feared and also to the misunderstood. He wasn't out here clout chasing. He was chasing the truth. He had reach. This young man had influence, and he most definitely had access. Chicago didn't just respect Zack. They listened to him. They did. Because unlike outsiders, unlike reporters with the microphones and the cameras and the fake empathy, Zack walked into every situation with realness. That he did. You can't fake that shit. You can't even buy that. And when you have realness plus reach, you become a problem, especially for people who depend, live, and thrive on lies. Zack didn't just highlight the streets, he humanized the people in them. Do you know how dangerous that is? Do you know? To make the world see the people that others want you to forget. Some people hate when you lift the veil. Some people fear seeing the humanity they try to bury. Zack walked into neighborhoods cursed by poverty, and he said, hey, y'all matter. Black Beauty, I see you, my love. Welcome. Tammy, welcome, my love. That kind of influence is very powerful, people. You see, people love a quiet black man, but they hate a black man who speaks truth with confidence. Zack wasn't supposed to be distrusted. He wasn't supposed to be disrespected or that insightful, and he damn sure wasn't supposed to be that bold. And the moment he started exposing what other people tried to bury, that's when the clock started ticking. Y'all ever notice how real truth tellers never grow old? Exactly. Exactly. Now let's get into these interviews. Because, baby, when I tell you, once Zack put that camera in front of folks, their stories, they started falling apart like wet toilet paper. Shitty toilet paper. Let's start with Irene. Irene, Miss, I was live, y'all, but I still ain't seen that. That was her. See, Irene was the one that set the timeline. It was Irene that set the timeline. She saw everything. Behind them big, ugly ass sunglasses. Irene saw everything. But Irene didn't remember shit. Her life, and I want y'all to understand this. Irene's life is the whole reason the world even knows the timeline. But suddenly, when questioned, she don't know. She don't remember. She wasn't paying attention. Irene, please, ma'am, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, could you please hit that like button? Then you got Monifah, the best friend. So say best friend, because from what MOCA now knows, Kenneka had no friends. Because with friends like that, who the hell wants an enemy? Monifah, she walked Kenneka out of that room. She was the very last person to touch Kenneka alive. She walked her out. She left her in that hallway. Monifah went back to that party. She ain't called nobody. She ain't say shit. She ain't tell nobody. And then every time Zack asked Monifah a follow-up question, her story shifted just like the weather. Just like the damn weather. And then there's Shamaya. Been there, Shamaya, full of goddamn emotions, with the raggedy, broken timeline. She cried the loudest, she made the most noise. But her timeline, Shamaya's timeline, didn't match nobody's timeline. And I wonder if she felt her emotional outburst and the roller coaster ride that she was on. I wonder if she felt that that was going to equate to her truth. No, ma'am. That's not how this shit works. Then there was Bree Bree. She was real quiet about everything. She was present. She watched it all unfold. She watched it all unfold, but she remained silent. And what people don't understand in situations like this, good, bad, right, or wrong, being silent speaks louder than any words could ever. We're not going to forget about those boys that was in the shadows in that room. They whispered, they laughed. Their stories kept contradicting. Every single one of them acted like they had something to lose. But let me say this, and I don't give a damn who gets mad about it. Ain't no so-say group of friends is this confused unless they're all hiding something. Ain't no 4 different versions unless one version is the truth that they're all scared to speak. Lies don't match, but the truth always does. And here we have Zack sitting across from them. Shell, baby, welcome, my love. Zack sitting across from them with these interviews. He saw every lie fall apart in real time. Erica Red, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. Now, y'all, people don't get this damn confused unless there's something behind the confusion. Confusion. When you're creating that much confusion, you're covering something. You're protecting something. Confusion is a damn strategy. If you all don't mind, I would greatly appreciate you hitting the like button. Thank you in advance. Every time one of them changed their story, you better know Zack caught it. Every time one of them backpedaled, you better know that he clocked it. Every time someone acted like they didn't know basic details, Zack picked it up in their body language. Because all that fake ass confusion, it came from fear of exposing the truth. Fear of being accountable. He wasn't just filming their faces, y'all. He was also capturing their spirits. And one thing about the spirit, it never lies. Never. That's why these interviews that he did, that's why they shook the internet. Because people weren't watching lies. They were watching lies been under pressure. Every contradiction was a crack. Levesque, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. Every stutter was a fracture. And every sudden silence was guilt. It was their guilt. And they worked overtime trying to hide that shit. And Zack, Hazel Red, welcome, my love. Zack didn't even have to accuse them, y'all. They exposed themselves. They exposed themselves. And as we move along through this, if y'all are still with me, drop a pair of eyes in the chat, because now we're going to get to a place where shit starts shifting. Once Zack started digging too deep, once he started asking too many questions, once he started noticing too much. I see you, my girl Reba. Thank you for dropping them eyes, baby. The energy change. Thank you all. Thank you all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Once he started noticing too much, the energy changed. Zack started getting messages like, stop digging. Leave it alone. Hey, Laria, welcome, my love. Don't go back there. And y'all know what's really coincidental at this very moment? The same messages that Zack received back then, those are the very same messages that Jedediah received. Zack friend said that when he was getting those threatening messages, Zack started moving different. He started talking different. He started watching his surroundings a little more. Anonymous Angel, welcome, my love. Zack was out here saying things like, I'm just trying to make it home tonight. That was a shift in his energy. By saying that, that wasn't no joke. That was a warning. He had discernment. And let me explain something to you about discernment. There's a certain kind of danger that don't show up yelling. It shows up very quiet. And Zack, by saying the things that he said to his friend, he started feeling that quiet danger. You see, when your spirit, Bryn, my love, thank you so very much for that cash out, baby. When your spirit start tugging on you and your instincts start waking up, and when your walk becomes heavier, something is coming. Something is coming. One thing we know about Zack, he was never afraid of a game. He wasn't afraid of the streets because the streets respected him. But what he did fear, he feared the people that was sitting in the shadows. And those were the people that was way above street level. Those were the people who don't like when dots starts connecting. They say, be careful, like they're suggesting something. But sometimes those little words, be careful, it's a threat in disguise. And if you don't believe what MOCA's saying, go hear it for yourself. You can hear it in his lives. You can see it in his eyes. He was looking over his shoulder, not because of gang beef, but because he knew he was brushing up against something bigger. He knew that. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. Because now we're at a point to where the truth stops being a conversation and it becomes a consequence. Hey, Jari's mom, welcome, my love. Welcome. My sister Rashina, thank you so very much for that super chat. purpose over popularity. I don't know if y'all don't hit that like button. God got this channel. Keep watching. Thank you, sis. Y'all ready to walk into the next part with me? Drop a caution sign. Because here, we're going to talk about the part they really didn't want us to dissect. Marcus Jones, welcome to the chat, my love. And thank you so very much. Thank you. And for those of you that's just entering the chat, welcome. Welcome. And tonight we're talking about the truth that both ZackTV and Kenneka Jenkins died with, while both were being silenced by the system. It is what it is. Chip Teasy, welcome to the chat, my love. Zack didn't just die, y'all. He didn't just die. This young man was executed. Some say he wasn't a target. Some say the target was his friends that was in the vehicle with him. But why was he getting threats prior to that? The threats didn't go to the friends. The threats went to him. Beautiful soul, welcome, my love. Thank you all. I see you all are with me. I love that. That night, Zack was boxed in, blocked off, shot at close range. Nothing stolen, nothing taken, nothing random. That's not robbery. That's not a beef. You all have to understand it. It's not even a coincidence. That was a hit. That was a hit. And hits don't come from people on your level. Hits comes from people above your level. You see, people love to paint it like it was some random street situation. But we're not going to forget, and we can't forget, that the streets respected this young man. He could walk anywhere, talk to anybody, and leave without a scratch. The only people that was threatened by Zack were the ones that he was shining a light on. It is what it is. Because they didn't want what Zack had. And we have to understand that. It was nothing that Zack had that they wanted. MOCA, what you mean? What you mean, MOCA? Well, let me make you understand something. They didn't want what Zack had. What these people wanted was what Zack knew. That's what they wanted. And the only way they could have gotten what he knew was to take him out of here, because he wasn't giving it willingly. Zack was exposing, y'all, the wrong people. He was asking all the right questions, but exposing the wrong people. He was getting too close to a truth that somebody, a bunch of somebodies, needed buried. And baby, when I tell you a black man figures out something he wasn't supposed to know, shit, the countdown begins. It begins. Let me take this just a little deeper. Because ain't no damn random shooting. That ain't no mistaken identity, and that ain't no sudden beef. Because hits don't come sloppy. Hits don't come loud. And they don't come messy. This was clean. This was calculated. This was quick and very damn intentional. Violence in Chicago has patterns. But execution, shit. Execution has a purpose. And Zack didn't die because he existed, y'all. This young man died because he saw. Because he connected. Because he asked. And because he refused to shut the hell up. People like that don't just disappear. I'll say that again. People like Zack don't just disappear. They get removed. They get removed. If y'all feeling me right now, and if y'all know this was bigger than the narrative that they fed us and had been feeding us all these years, drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire emojis in the chat, baby. Because what we know is everybody played a role. And this is where we hold every damn body accountable. This wasn't one person failing Kenneka. This was everybody playing a part. Everybody. We got Irene. We got Monifah, Shamaya, Bree. We got those boys. We got the promoters. The girl in the red jacket, the hotel staff. And God damn it, I will not leave Teresa out of this shit because she played a part too. A big part. And we not going to exclude Chicago's finest. That police department played a large part. And the streets did too. I'm going to say everybody didn't do the same thing. Everybody didn't do the same thing. Kamara, welcome, my love. Everybody didn't do the same thing, but everybody did something. Let that sink in your soul for a second. Everybody didn't do the same thing, but everybody did something. And let me tell y'all something. It don't take a murderer to make a murderer. Sometimes it just takes silence. Sometimes it takes ignoring, and sometimes it takes walking away when you know somebody needs help. Roles don't just disappear because time passes. And failure, it don't happen all at once. It happened in layers. It happened in layers. And as we look at all the playmakers, it was a layer of shit. Deep shit. We had the somebodies that lied, loved selfishly. Happy Tuesday, boo. Welcome. We got the somebodies that lied, the somebodies that ignored. We got a bunch of somebodies that walked away, and a bunch of those bitches stayed silent. You got those that didn't call for help, and those that protected the wrong people, and those that chose loyalty over truth. And Teresa, the mother, Teresa, you stand in the middle of all this nasty shit. And when all those failures line up like dominoes, a tragedy becomes inevitable. Nobody had to unalive Kenneka for Kenneka to end up dead. Nobody had to murder Zack for Zack to end up murdered. Silence kills, y'all. Fear kills. Cowardice kills. And this is where the system, my God, my God. This wasn't no teenage chaos. And I want y'all to understand, this wasn't a party that went wrong. And this damn sure wasn't one night of poor decisions. Let that sink in your head for a second. This was a system of people choosing cowardice over courage. Because what happened at that party? And what happened to ZackTV? There's a connection. And nobody could make me feel nor believe that all the same people weren't involved. Systems don't break, but the systems do break people. A system don't need your permission to shut you the hell up. What the system do need to shut you the hell up is a motive. Mariah, welcome, boo. Happy Tuesday. And Zack gave the system a motive. And those motives were, he asked questions. Zack asked questions that threatened their comfort. He exposed truths that threatened their wallets. What Zack did, Zack was connecting dots that threatened reputations of those in high places. He dug up things that threatened legacies. Shit been going on. And they had been sweeping it under the rug. But this young man wanted answers. And baby, when I tell you these systems, they run on self-preservation. This wasn't a street beef. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't clout. In both situations, ZackTV and Kenneka Jenkins, this was a system protecting itself by eliminating the very people, especially ZackTV, that was bold enough to challenge it. Thank you, my beautiful sister Rashina. Now, if y'all feel that the pieces are coming together for you right now, drop MOCA some puzzle pieces in this chat, because we're moving right on along, but I'm going to grab some of your comments before we take it a little further. Portia says, you bring the facts and making sense and keeping it real. Respectfully, thank you so much, my love. Yes, Lord, rest in peace, Zack. Rest in peace, Kenneka. And y'all absolutely right. They didn't have to take Zack out of here like that. My girl Tina says, even though Zack was uncovering the Kenneka case, I feel that he was murdered for no reason at all. Facts. Facts. And I love the fact that y'all have opinions. Yes, Sean, yes, he was the hood CNN. Very much respected. Very much respected. Very much. Samantha says, I never heard of India Royale until Dirk popped off. They supposedly started dating the same year Kenneka passed away. Samantha, I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on this case from the very beginning. But if I find something on that, I will. So Samantha says, so I've been seeing Kenneka's mom in the news lately saying they had her on hush because of the money she took. 3.7 mil to be exact. Kind of sound like a sacrifice, which this indeed is. Now, a sacrifice doesn't always have to be someone dying. There are different examples of sacrifices. This sacrifice looked like she was given money to stay on hush about her daughter being India. There's a lot of questions around the way Teresa's been moving. There are a lot of questions around the things that Teresa has said and done. There's a lot of questions. And as time goes on, we're going to get there. My girl Reba said with her ugly ass, I know Kenneka hunting her ass right now. Oh, she gotta be. She gotta be. She has to be. Kristen, thank you, my love, for that super chat, boo. Thank you so very much. And y'all absolutely right. They deserve to be locked up after all these years. They need to be locked up. Reba said the timing on the tapes were off. I was too. Let me tell you, those tapes, they've all been fabricated. They had time to play with them. And Teresa knows this. Teresa knows this. And that's the bad part about it as a mother. And that's why I said what I said the other night. And that's very questionable right now to MOCA. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Is Kenneka Jenkins, I'm going to say it again, is Kenneka Jenkins really Teresa's daughter? I have to ask that question. Because a mother that lost a child don't move the way Teresa moves. A mother. Laria, thank you, my love, for the Cash App, baby. A mother that went through all what Teresa went through. Seeing her child in that situation. And Teresa still moving the way she's moving. That is not the behavior of a mother. So in my opinion, and as I continue to investigate more and more and more, I want to know, is that really her daughter? This I have to know. Because what mother accepts a settlement? There's not enough money in the world. There's not enough money in the world that would make a mother accept a settlement to keep quiet. And in my opinion, that keep quiet part was to cover up evidence. All something is wrong. Something is wrong. I've seen videos where Kenneka was a whole outcast. To her family, she ain't had no friends. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about that. Teresa didn't give a damn about this young girl. That Sose's sister didn't give a damn about this young girl. They turned her loose to be whoever she wanted to be, to do whatever she wanted to do with no guidance. And she ended up in the wrong company at all times, because it's my belief that Kenneka was searching for acceptance. I believe she was searching for acceptance. And something is telling me, something is not right with Teresa. But let me move on. Let me move on. There's something that ties everything together. There's something that connects Zack's curiosity, Kenneka's tragedy, and the system that swallowed them both. Because one thing we know, Zack wasn't moving in the dark. He wasn't clueless. He wasn't guessing about nothing. Zack was very strategic, and he was connecting dots. The conversations, the connections, the interviews, those questions. That's what made him a dangerous person. That's what made him dangerous. And these people did not want Zack out here making connections, y'all. And when I say they didn't want him making connections, let's start with Teresa. And that's why I say what I say when it comes to Teresa and her role as a mother. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that that's that child's biological mother. People forget that Zack was talking to the very same people that Teresa did not want talking. Teresa threatened a lot of people out there. She didn't want them saying shit. But here comes Zack. Hood CNN. He talked to the very same people Teresa didn't want them to say shit. He was interviewing those girls, the witnesses, the friends. He was pulling threads that Teresa wanted kept tight. Hey, Lady D, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. Zack had questions. Zack had questions that contradicted the version that Teresa was putting out there. Zack caught details, and he held on to that. Zack caught details that clashed with what Teresa wanted repeated. He caught many details of what she did not want repeated. And Zack gave platform to voices that Teresa wanted to stay silent. Teresa was all over the damn place when Zack started pulling up with all these different people on interviews, bringing them to the spotlight. And anytime a truth teller steps into a family's contradiction, hear me and hear me well. I'm going to say it a little louder for the people in the back, because I've witnessed this firsthand right here in these YouTube streets. I'm going to say it a little louder. Anytime anytime a truth teller steps into a family's contradictions, it creates tension. My beautiful sister D, hey, my loving, thank you so very much for gifted memberships, baby. I appreciate you. Let's see who got them. Tina Powers, my girl Akonga, Kuwana, Kim Boyd. Oh my God. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. And make sure you tell my sister, thank you. So we're going to move from Teresa and go to Zack in that hotel. D, give Auntie hugs and kisses for me. You see, that hotel had a lot to lose. That hotel, I'm going to say it again. That hotel had a lot to lose. A lawsuit, a reputation, safety violations, missing footage, inconsistent timelines. And the behavior of that staff made no damn sense. So what are y'all covering up? What were y'all trying to hide? Everybody knew y'all were trying to hide something. But Zack, Zack was that young man that was not afraid to question none of it. He asked. Zack asked why the footage jumped. Nobody else asked that. Nobody asked why the footage jumped. But Zack did. He did. Now let me ask y'all this. Why Andrew Young didn't ask that question? That's a whole live stream by itself. But why didn't Andrew Young ask that question? Zack went a little deeper. He even challenged him, asking that hotel, how the hell could a girl wander through y'all corridors? Y'all got staff working. How do she wander unnoticed? Kitty, welcome, my love. Welcome to the chat. Zack also went on to ask, why did certain people come in and out of back doors? See, those are the things that the police never ask. Those are the things that Andrew Holmes never brought to the front of the class. Zack even asked the question, why employees didn't follow protocol. And one question he asks, that made a whole lot of sense. Zack asked, why the cameras? Hello? Why the cameras didn't match the statements? And being that Even Zack recognized that the cameras didn't match the statements right there that told the entire damn story. Cameras don't match the statements. That was an open and closed case right then and there because that shit got covered up all over it. All over it. See, Zack was pulling receipts. He was pulling receipts that a fair lawyer could have used. He was shining a flashlight, y'all, into a corporate corner that they wanted left alone. See that right there? In that hotel, in that moment, that ain't good for business. That wasn't good for business. Too much attention. So somebody got to be quiet. Somebody got to shut the fuck up. Samantha says, after seeing the case of Naziah, I don't know what to think about these supposed to be moms and their love of money. Sean says, Teresa was definitely put on mute, and that money made it all the easier, which is sad. It's sad. Anonymous says, the neighborhood was watching Kenneka. Kenneka was, rest in peace, Kenneka. Kenneka was affiliated with gang members in the worst way. That sister that got that money in Kenneka's name, how you get paid off, little girl? She was in love with a gang member. Teresa and her man, look, that's a whole nother live stream. Shut up, MOCA. Kristen says, MOCA, the hotel was in Rosemont. I was raised and lived there almost my entire life. It most definitely was some who knew her. Things like that don't happen like what happened to her. Exactly, Kristen. Exactly. Rashina, thank you, boo. Yes, please smash the like button, guys. Reba says, Kristen, everybody was in on it from the start. It messed me up. I had nightmares after watching this case. This case, girl. Sean said that was Teresa that called Zack, warning him to stop calling herself Tanya. She wanted them to shut up too, exactly. But why? What was Teresa trying to hide? What is it that Teresa is still not saying? Because there's a lot that she's not saying. And y'all want me to believe that that's Kenneka's biological mom? No. Y'all could go, but I ain't going. Kristen says it was her inner circle. Teresa moving the way she is makes me feel like she had everything to do with Kenneka in the freezer. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Kamara says her mother didn't want her, and she left her with Teresa. Wow. Kamara, I'm going to dig a little deeper on that one, boo. Tina says, I think in my opinion, that Kenneka's mother failed this baby and did. And did. I'm with you, Kitty. I can't wait. And it's going to come. I don't give a damn. It may take 40 years, but it's going to come. Sean says that hotel was losing money by the day. That's why Teresa told them to stop and added that no one did anything to Kenneka. I know what happened. Let me highlight that. You see that part right there, Sean? That's what blows me. That's what have me laying on my back right now, right? And that is what makes me say over and over and over again that Teresa is not this child's biological mother. First of all, what interest, what type of investment, what is it that Teresa has concerning this hotel? What connection does she have? I understand she was there 3 days prior to this happening to this baby, right? For what, Teresa? You and your daughter. But neither here nor there. What did the hotel owe you? What were you gaining by coming out here screaming nobody did nothing to Kenneka? Bitch, somebody did something to her. She's no longer here. The fuck you mean? Let's talk about it, Teresa. And then you're going to bring your ragged ass out here with all the holier than thou me bullshit. Sit your ass down. To fix your mouth. No one did nothing to Kenneka. I know what happened. Well, bitch, if you know what happened, why have you yet, after all these years, Teresa, why have you yet to say what the fuck happened to your daughter, if that's really your daughter? Money talks and bullshit walks, Teresa. And you took the money and you let the bullshit walk because you had no love, no care, nor concern. I see you spiraling out on Facebook. People saying give you grace. You're going through it as you should. Kenneka is tearing your ass up right now, whether she's your biological daughter or not. She was there with you for a while. You knew her habits. You knew her ins and outs. You knew everything about her, Teresa. You failed that young lady in life, and you failed her in death. For you to publicly say no one did nothing to her. You feel good about yourself doing that? Nobody did nothing to her, but I'm going to take this little hush money. Yeah. And I'm going to get some implants. I'm going to get me some new titties, and I'm going to get me a new ass. And I'm going to start wearing wigs, and I'm getting tattoos with my man name. And that ain't even your man. That's the same man that was going after your daughter that you couldn't stand. We're going to talk about that in another segment. But Teresa, you ain't shit. They silenced you for you to benefit off of this child's demise. And you are no better. You're in no better situation than you were prior to the money, because look at you now. See, that's a whole nother segment, and I could go off on that. So, Teresa, Teresa, because you're going to go on Facebook and you're going to say some shit, I know it. But Teresa, are you really her aunt? I mean, we're going to talk from a crackhead stance now, Teresa. She was left in your care. She was left in your care. Is that why she was treated the way she was treated? That's why y'all moved around her the way that y'all moved around. Teresa, we're going to talk about it. Sean said Andrew was sent and paid as he fit the look that would pass amongst the crowd. They thought they could trust him too. Exactly. He was a chosen token, and he played the part very well. Kitty says, I always wondered, why was she even anywhere near a freezer? Let's talk about the freezer from what I understand. And that's just my opinion. I do believe whatever happened to Kenneka, that baby did not open up that freezer, walked in and stayed there. I don't believe that part. Something happened to that baby. Everybody that was there knows what happened to that baby because she did not show up at that party just to want to be a party girl. Her being there was no accident. This shit was strategically planned. Right, Teresa? Because why were you there 3 days prior to? Why were you even there, caught on camera, the night of the party, you and your daughter? See, this shit is not making sense to MOCA. But we have to call it for what it is, Teresa. Hey, blessed beyond mess. Welcome, my love. So whatever happened to that baby happened before the freezer. And I do believe, Kitty, that they strategically placed her there. Kitty says Teresa had it planned to sacrifice her. She had demons surrounding her. And that's the thing. We never know what demons surround us, that part. And them demons right now is tearing Teresa's ass up. That part. Teresa was there that night. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Teresa was there that night at that hotel to make sure she came in contact with everybody else that was in that party room, to make sure all their stories lined up perfectly. To make sure all the stories lined up perfectly. Then all of a sudden we got a problem with the camera. Sean says, knowing how to read video footage, Kenneka was led to that freezer, but the freezer didn't do that damage to her. That's where Teresa dropped the ball. That's it, and that's all, sis. That's it, and that's all. So Teresa could go ahead with that bullshit. Kamara says because the manager was involved in it too. Because her dad was a gangster and the manager was a good mom. Whoa. I've never seen no shit like this. How could you? How could you, Teresa? Kamara said her dad and the manager were gang members together. Marcus says, I think Teresa is one of the usual suspects. And she calls Zack to stop talking. Yes, Marcus, yes. Just like she did. Just like she did. To the very man that put his life on a line. Stood in front of all those people. spending days and nights protesting. Teresa did the very same thing to Jedediah. Teresa ain't shit but wants sympathy. D says, truth be told, she don't even look like Teresa. She don't. She don't. But let me move right on along. Let me move right on along. Because my thing is this. How the hell you got cameras rolling and all of a sudden they ain't rolling no more? You get to this critical part and there's no footage. Teresa, you need your ass whipped. Zack was also out there in the streets, y'all. Boots to the ground. People act like he was a random YouTuber. No, he was not a random YouTuber. Zack had influence. Gangs talk. Hey, Carla, you're welcome, my love. Gangs spoke to Zack. The ops sat down with Zack. People gave Zack information because they trusted him. I want y'all to know that. People gave him information because they trusted him. He had access that the police department didn't have. He had respect in neighborhoods that the reporters were scared to step into. So think about it, y'all. If anybody from that party, anybody connected to those at the party, anybody who saw what happened, heard what happened, if they wanted to confess off a camera, if they wanted to vent, and if they wanted to drop a dime, y'all better know that they would tell it to Zack before they tell it to the police. And trust me, the streets talk. And then you have Zack and the police. Let me tell y'all something right here. See, the police don't like when civilians start doing better investigative work than they do. And that's a fact. They don't like when somebody exposes holes in their timelines. And they damn sure don't like when someone highlights all of their damn negligence, right? And Chicago PD, baby, let me tell you, y'all already had a reputation for cover-up, scandals, and lawsuits. And here comes Zack, the hood CNN. He challenges Chicago Police Department. He's questioning the cameras. He's questioning the timestamps, the statements, the recordings, and the behavior of the first responders. Zack is doing all of this shit. And when a black man starts publicly proving the police wrong, y'all know how that ends up. When he starts gathering witnesses that they didn't gather, y'all know how that ends up. And when he starts pointing out things that they deliberately didn't want pointed out, y'all know how that ends up. That painted Zack as being a target. Then Zack started dealing with the people at the party. Because Zack wasn't just interviewing random folks. We got to understand this part. He was interviewing the same people who was in that room, the same friend whose stories didn't match, and the same people the world had already been side-eyeing. Zack was getting DMs, y'all, from people at that party. And they had to DM him. They couldn't openly speak to him because Teresa had eyes and ears everywhere. Chicago police did too. Zack was getting messages from people who were there. Hey, Miss Jackson, welcome, my love. Zack was getting hints from people who were scared to speak publicly. He wasn't just asking questions. He was receiving answers. He was receiving answers. And that goes back to what I said previously. These people didn't unalive this young man for what he had. They unalived him for what the hell he knew. And that's when it got dangerous. And now here, we're dealing with the whispers, the rumors, the stuff the streets were saying. I ain't calling it all factual. I'm calling it public conversation tonight. Public opinion. Kenneka may have not walked herself into that freezer. Someone may have done something to her before she got there. There were boys in that room. There was a lot of chaos behind those closed doors. There were things off camera that never got addressed. If Zack heard even a tiny bit of that, if he heard anything whispered about possible assault, if anyone slipped anything in her drink, those things went in Zack's DM. And if anybody ever confessed something guilt-ridden, Zack was sitting on all that information that could ruin a whole bunch of lives. He could destroy reputations, expose cover-ups, and send people to prison for the rest of their lives. And that is what made Zack a threat. Not one person, not to one family, not to the gang, nor the institution, but to every goddamn body that was trying to bury the truth. If y'all here in MOCA right now, drop a mic in the chat. Because now you see exactly why Zack became a man whose countdown started ticking. See, and once you all understand all these connections, all these overlapping circles, all of these motives, you finally get to see why Zack's story, Kenneka's story, are connected by the same damn darkness. Because Zack was the first person bold enough to ask what really happened in that hotel. He was the first person bold enough to ask why didn't the timelines match. He was the first person bold enough to ask why are so many people scared to talk. Why was the footage chopped? Why do the statements contradict? And why is everybody so goddamn nervous? He wanted to know. He was not just interviewing these children, he was probing a whole damn system. A system that failed Kenneka. A system that protected the wrong damn people. A system that left too many questions unanswered. And that same damn system that benefits when black truth tellers go quiet. And that's why Zack became a problem. Because if Zack connected even two pieces of this shit together, right? If Zack connected the friends to the hotel, if he connected the hotel to the timeline to the whispers, and the whispers to the street, and the street to the truth, then everybody who failed Kenneka, everybody who lied, stayed silent, knew something, said nothing, they would be exposed. And that's why the city of Chicago, that's why, hey sis, Top Flight, welcome sis. That's why not only the city of Chicago, that's why Teresa was running amok. Zack wasn't just holding the camera. He was holding a mirror. And the people looking into that mirror, they didn't like what they saw. Thank you so very much for that super sticker, boo. Welcome. Once Zack started piecing things together, once he started noticing the pattern, y'all, and once he started hearing what the streets were saying, and once he started receiving DMs from inside the circle, he wasn't investigating one tragedy anymore. He was pressing up against a goddamn cover-up. He was, not only was he pressing up against a cover-up, see, one thing we got to know is a cover-up don't need one mastermind. It only needs a scared friend, a careless supervisor. Miss Antoinette, welcome, my love. A panicked hotel worker, a lying teenager, a nervous ass promoter, a shady staff member, and they're always shady, a pressured, supposedly parent, Teresa Raggedy Ass, lazy investigators, Chicago PD, a tight-lipped institution and a corrupt system. Just one weak link, snapping under pressure, could have unraveled every damn thing. And this case would have been closed a long time ago. Zack was getting too close. Too close. He was close enough for the wrong people to notice. Close enough for the wrong people to feel the heat. Close enough for the wrong people to whisper, we need to shut this shit down. And that's when Teresa got involved. Because her exact words were, we need to shut this shit down. Now, Teresa, why, baby? Why? Why would you get that invested in shutting shit down for who's supposedly your daughter? Listen to me, y'all. Zack was not unalive because he had a camera. He wasn't unalive because of his friends that was in the car with him. Nah, he was unalive because he had connections. This young man had connections. He had connections to the streets. He had connections to witnesses. He had connections to the truth, to the contradictions, to the whispers that painted a different picture of that night. And when a man like that stands between the truth and the people that's trying to bury it, the system reacts, and they did. And then that system started moving quickly. If y'all following along, and if what MOCA is saying is making just a little bit of sense, and if it's lining up for you right now, drop a link in the chat. Because this is the layer that the internet ignored. This is the puzzle piece that makes everything make sense. This is the motive behind the silence, the lies, and the execution. Everything that I told you before, the accountability, the clarity, and the truth, Zack died trying to tell. And before we close out tonight, I'm going to leave y'all with something. There are some people who walk this earth quietly. Thank you, D. And then there are people like Zack. People God sends with purpose stitched in their damn DNA. You understand me? There are people out here that God sends with a purpose. He wasn't here for the entertainment. He wasn't here for the applause. He wasn't here to blend in. I could understand, and I do relate. Pauline Diggs, welcome, my love. He wasn't here to blend in. He had a purpose. He had a mission. MOCA, you know that all too well. Because my motto over here is purpose over popularity. I don't give a damn about clout. I don't need to be seen. These stories need to be told. Zack was here to reveal. He was here to expose. He was here to ask the questions that made liars shake. He was here to make the truth uncomfortable. And they silenced him. They silenced his voice. But what they didn't understand is this. Every time you open your mouth and you refuse to swallow a lie, I want y'all to know that's Zack speaking through you. Every time you demand answers that don't make sense, that's Zack. Every time you feel that tug in your spirit that says something ain't right, baby, that's Zack too. Because his work, it did not end when his life did. His work began when everybody started paying attention. He didn't live for clout. He didn't live for clarity. He lived for accountability. He lived for the truth that people tried to bury and bury and bury and bury, Teresa. And as long as we here, y'all, as long as you keep showing up in this chat, asking questions, refusing to look away, refusing to forget, refusing to be silent, the fire don't go out. The lights don't dim. It don't shrink. It don't die. It spreads. So tonight, it's me. Hey, my love. Welcome. Tonight, it's all about Zack, his truth. It's all about Kenneka and the life she lived and the lies they told and the truth that they trying to bury still until this day. It's about them. Reba said they stopped those cameras on purpose. You could see that in real time. Tina says, I believe she had her daughter set up, and that's my opinion, and your opinion is very valid. Kamara says, hey, Kamara. Kamara says she's lying. Well, we know that. She has 2 brothers. Kitty says Teresa lied to everyone and literally sacrificed everyone's lives involved. But 2025 is the year of exposing. We will not be silent, and the Illuminati cannot take us all. Kitty, talk your shit, boo. Talk your shit. That's it, and that's all, Kitty. I'm with you on that. Everybody can't be silent. Teresa, you should be ashamed of yourself. Rashida says, what's the new guy? She recently called while he was on live a couple of days ago and said, stop talking about the case. Oh, you're talking about, don't do that because it's on the tip of my tongue too. I just mentioned his damn name. Jedediah. That's who that is. Jedediah. Miss Jackson, thank you, my love. We come together, we lead together. That part. So why? So Miss Jackson, that right there, that's what lets me know it was a setup. That baby was set up. That baby was set up. And what gets me more than anything, Miss Jackson, when those heifers finally called Teresa in the name of we can't find Kenneka. They say Teresa's first response was, bring me my car. But Teresa, you got to be kidding me. Nobody knows where your daughter at, but it's bring me my car. Girl, bye. Samantha said, and what's sad is the people could solve this, but the authorities don't care. No, everybody, they have a stake in it. Look, there are bigger people involved in this, I promise you. And they don't want to be pulled to the front of the class, which is why ZackTV is no longer here, which is why Jedediah is receiving threats. They don't want the truth to come out. They don't. Kitty says, I know from experience that the police hate when we take matters into our own hands. And we need to ask ourselves why. You answered that. They're all in the same cult. Kristen says Kenneka had topramate in her system. That freezer had a latch. Someone had to latch it from the outside. Topramate. Topramate. Isn't that for anxiety? The nervous system? That along with alcohol, that along with weed, that was intentional. That was deliberate. That was to make it seem like this young lady had no control over what was going on in her world. That was the setup. My girl D said when Teresa and her other daughter went to go view the body, they didn't give out the reaction that a mother would or a sister would to see the body of a family member. No shock, no nothing. Well, D, from what I know now, there was no tears. There were no tears. None. So everything Teresa bring her black ass out here on Facebook and does, that's a performance. She might be breaking down mentally. She need to go get her some help. She may be breaking down mentally, but I don't believe the mental breakdown right about now. I don't believe it's because I really loved her and I really cared. I believe the mental breakdown right now is I really fucked up. The breakdown right now is I fucked up. I took this money. I took this money. I signed this NDA. I could never reopen this case. I could never file another lawsuit. All my money is gone. My BBL, my fake titties, the wigs that I bought, the man that I had that I gave all my money to, all that shit is gone. All that shit is gone. So with all of that being gone, your titties gone, your man gone, your BBL don't work no more. Your wigs look like holiday heart wigs. You out here ranting, raving. You ain't got shit. You're holding on to the little bit that you had. Right? It ain't your conscience that's bothering you right now, Teresa. It's the spirit of Kenneka that's bothering you. Kenneka is tearing your ass to pieces right now. And you see that daughter, she don't give a damn. That's why you out here spiraling. Because Teresa, if you really had a village that really gave a damn about you, you wouldn't be out here doing the things that you do. But they don't give a damn about you, because you took that little 3.7 million and everybody was your friend, your sister, your brother, your cousin. Now you have nothing. So now you're on YouTube seeking validation, looking for sympathy. Really? Teresa, take your ghetto ass on. Go and confess. Tell the truth, bitch, because there ain't no more money coming back. Tell the damn truth as you know it. You've been sitting on this shit since 2017. Listen, let me tell you something. That's what made me believe in my gut. This child is not biologically yours, right? 2017, this happened. And this baby girl just get a headstone. Because you were waiting for the ground to settle. You're insane. Teresa, you ain't shit. Your daughter ain't shit. Your son ain't shit. Because what I want to know, see, that's how I know it was a conspiracy. Allegedly. That's what makes me know y'all were all in on it. Allegedly. Because how the hell all three of you monkeys get compensated off of the life of a young lady that none of y'all really gave a damn about? Teresa, don't get me wrong. I could see you collecting money because you, quote unquote, the mama. Right? But why would the other two get paid off? Shit. Y'all better tell that to somebody. Y'all better tell that shit to somebody that don't know no damn better. All y'all got a price to pay for this shit. Sean says, did you know that one of the firemen left and came back as a maintenance man? Girl, shut up. Oh, Lord. Telling you, everybody played a part. This is some nasty work. Kitty, that part, sis. Kitty said they don't realize there's a Zack in all of us. And that's the part that I love. That's the part that I could engage with all day long. You see something, you say something. If it don't sit well in your spirit, you challenge that bitch. You don't just lay down to any and everything. Rest in peace. Ms. Jackson said, I've worked in plenty of hotels. You cannot walk into a hotel kitchen nor freezer unless an employee gives you access. That part, Ms. Jackson. And that is why, girl, let me highlight that right fast. Ms. Jackson, that final part you said, you can't get in unless you're given access. And that's the truth. That explains, that paints a clearer picture as to why the footage, the video, that explains why it was wiped clean. Because hotel staff, in MOCA's opinion, played a part in this as well. That's it and that's all. And you went and signed a goddamn NDA, not knowing what these people did to your daughter, your quote unquote daughter, you money hungry, greedy heifer. Reba says, from the white girl to her black security guard boyfriend, nobody is innocent, not a damn soul. Not a damn soul. Kitty says, Kitty girl, I'm loving you for this. Kitty said, I ain't letting up. These coats, you hear me? Kitty, they're all over YouTube. Coats. Kitty said these damn coats have been doing this shit for years, and it's time for people to fight back. God wins in the end, and he will each and every time, Kitty. Each and every time. Teresa knows what happened. You look at Teresa. Teresa was live earlier today. Teresa looked like she ain't slept in months and Sundays. She'll never be able to have a good night's sleep. Never will she have a peaceful night's rest. You're going to have to stay drunk and high, Teresa. That's the story of your life. Because God don't like no mess. He don't bless that. And stop posting them scriptures and them quotes, because God is not the author of confusion, Teresa. So who you think is saving you? Who you worshiping, my girl? Who, child? This makes no sense. But then Teresa want to come out here looking for clothes and a cell phone. 8 years later, she got to be smoking something. Please sit down. Please sit down, Teresa. Ms. Jackson says they claim Kenneka texted them, "I'm ready to go," then left the room without her phone and keys. If they don't get the fuck out of here and she was the driver, that part is the lies, Miss Jackson. Ain't shit adding up, boo. Nothing. Child, this is just too much. Just too damn much. But guys, Kenny said Teresa over here worshiping 3 different gods when God is the only way to heaven. She ain't ready. She ain't that ain't her home. Heaven ain't her home. Teresa got a lot to pay for. Kamara said it was her uncle and his nephew came up to Chicago to get Kenneka, but he put it on blast. Oh, wow. It's me says, under construction, and now wants some 8 years later items for what? Why she didn't get them when she got that money, that part? D crazy. D say, I like that song. I like that song. The rock man got in her butt done dropped. Girl, you crazy. Teresa have not seen the wrath of God, y'all. How do you be a part of shit like that? How? But every day we're going to come out here and break down Teresa a little bit at a time, because Teresa's hands are so dirty. They're dirty. There's no love for the wicked and no peace. No peace for the wicked, Teresa. That's why you're walking around here with them rings around your eyes, sister. That's why you got them big circles. You will never rest well. I don't wish no harm to you, Teresa. Because you have to face everything you done, sis. You gotta. This ain't gonna be an easy ending. But guys, we came out here to do what we do. We did what we did. Once again, I want to say thank you all to each and every one of y'all that showed up tonight. And we're going to leave this stream staying aware, keeping our discernment intact, remaining spiritually dangerous. Because over here, we pride in purpose over popularity, truth over silence, and justice over everything. So I'm going to say good night to my Nola Bells and Bows. Shout out to that replay gang. You guys are amazing. Make sure you hit that like button. Hype up the live. Share this live stream. Because every night we coming back with a little more truth, a little more investigative work. We're going to make this make sense before it's all over with. To those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the family. We're happy to have you. And for those of you that are considering joining the family, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. Our porch is big, baby. And we have a rocking chair for everybody. There's a seat. There is room for everyone here. And this is what we do because over here we're family. The love is real. The respect is real. And I want to thank each and every one of you that poured into the channel tonight. And remember to stay engaged and hit those emojis to the right. They're worth it. Don't let up on those emojis. They're worth it each and every day. Share out the live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for helping MOCA reach her goal tonight. I love you just like you love me. And that will never go unnoticed. So until next time, thank you, Portia. Portia, I'm so happy you're here. Until next time, love yourself. Stay prayed up. Keep your discernment in check. And protect yours at all costs. I love each and every one of you. We are out of here. Good night.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No bells, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. MOCA in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. Stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead 'em from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. One try, one.
Good night, everyone. God bless.